morning and welcome to the Bethany Builders podcast. Here we are, episode 4. We are so excited. Before we start, as always, I would like to introduce our Bethany Builders podcast crew. Sitting to my right is none other than WBZ sportscaster Steve Burton.
Thank you, Sophia. Great to be here.
Yeah,
on game day. There we go.
To Steve's right is my dad and our principal builder, Chris Bethany. And sitting to my left is former New England Patriots tight end and two-time Super Bowl champion.
2 times, that's more important.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. I would just like to say, Sophia.
There we go, girl.
Sophia, it is true. Coffee does taste better in a Bethany Builders mug.
We love to hear that.
Oh, it's so good.
I gotta give me a couple of those mugs.
Oh, so good.
There you go.
We have a really exciting announcement about a new sponsorship. Dad, take it away.
Okay, well, good morning, everyone.
You always seem so nervous before a big announcement.
well,
Sophia's not getting married. Okay, let's go. You said you're excited.
Not yet, anyway. Not yet.
No, not
Here
yet.
we go.
Well, this is big, though.
Sunday morning game day. We're going to focus on a major announcement. After careful consideration, we've been approached by multiple sponsors that would be interested in being part of the Bethany Builders podcast. After talking with our Bethany Builders crew, we've made a decision. Sophia, I'm going to let you make that announcement. Who are we going with?
Drum roll, please.
Okay, drum roll.
Drum roll.
Steve's in charge of the drum roll. Ta-da!
Koopman Lumber.
Koopman Lumber.
Koopman Lumber.
Okay, that's big.
Okay, well,
Tell us about
then here
Koopman.
we have some new graphics
Look
here.
at this.
Look at this
is
here.
our-
We're going high tech here
Now,
at the
I
Bethany
know-
Builders podcast.
I know Steve has never built anything in his life.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
Like,
Whoa.
like with this.
Back
hand,
up.
That's a
he's-
bold
Back up.
Yes, it is.
That's a
Now,
bold-
He's built a family and a career. Okay,
Whoa,
and let's
whoa.
not act like there's some things. But as far as like, can you build a birdhouse?
Can you back up
Can
for
you
a second?
build a birdhouse?
Have you been out to the Ron Burton Train Village?
No, I
Oh,
know
just
you
back.
build things, but
Well,
have you
we
ever
built
had-
things.
Have you held a hammer? Because my point to you,
Back
Steve-
in Cub Scouts, yes, I used to build a birdhouse.
Okay.
But I built sheds with my dad.
Okay,
Back in the day. Yeah,
Okay,
built sheds.
Oh, see, that's what I'm
There you
talking
go.
about.
And got up on the roof, did a little shingling.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, you would appreciate a place like Koopman Lumber because I've been there. They're right up the street from me. So I actually built this is a true story.
Go
I
ahead.
got all the wood and all the materials.
What'd you build?
For 2 different projects. I built 2 barn doors. I got all the wood from Koopman Lumber. You go to Koopman Lumber, you drive in, they put all the wood into your truck. And then for Christmas last year, I almost killed myself building built-in shelves for my wife. Got all the build. I got all the wood, got all the material.
From Koopman
They
Lumber?
gave me a ton of information. They helped me. I bought a saw. From Koopman
Look
Lumber,
at
you
you.
literally get
Look
everything.
at
No, it's a
this.
great place. It's
This
so
is fantastic.
convenient. Yeah.
And again, we took the time, really, on a very careful consideration. The Koopman Lumber and the family at Koopman Lumber, all their staff, their team members, experts in the industry. We're going to show you a few images here of what they do. Their Koopman Lumber location, they have 13 locations currently in Massachusetts. Their family has been serving builders, contractors, and homeowners for 85 plus years. Very long time.
Wow.
And with expert service. And let's take a look here. This is their location that's located approximately 2 miles north here on Route 1.
So when I go to-
Koopman Lumber location here, I think its actual address is Sharon. It is on Route 1, approximately 2 miles north of Gillette Stadium.
That's fantastic.
So,
Okay, so if
convenient.
you look at the picture, right? There's an in and an out, right? So you go inside, and then the guys literally just grab everything for you.
Do they really?
If you need it cut, they have this. They have a vertical saw, they have a horizontal saw. They can cut it to whatever you want. And then if it's snowing or if it's raining,
Yeah.
it's awesome. Like, I mean, this is a great company. Great service, great material. I mean, good job by you guys. Do we have any more?
well, Christian.
Any more pictures?
Well, we definitely have more pictures. And again, like I said, Christian had referenced, and that leads to where I'm going now with the next 2 slide images. The first image is this. This is Koopman Lumber's location in Pembroke, Massachusetts. This is their newest location, and they have a tremendous improvement, and it actually echoes what Christian Fourier was just referring to. As the weather gets inclement up here, as we start to go into October, November, and into the winter months, these folks work extremely hard, and their team is there to assist you when you go and you need to get lumber. Well, this here again is the Pembroke location, And what has now happened is,
Ooh,
check it
wow,
out.
look out.
See the
Telling you,
cover?
Steve.
That's phenomenal.
See the coverage? So you're
Yeah.
out of the weather when you want to get your materials, get loaded up, get on the go to get involved, even possibly in a Christian Fourier
I'm
project
telling
at
you,
his own home.
it is like that's why I asked you if you built anything, Steve, because you know what a pain in the butt it is sometimes. Like if you go to like some of these other big box stores, these home improvement stores, they don't have, like, you got to go into the store. You got to get one of those carts, put everything on it. They find somebody to cut the wood for you. It's a pain in the butt. It takes forever.
All right.
This is the most convenient, easy to use, situation that you have if you're looking. And then if you don't have the right material, you go inside. They have saws and all this different equipment. You need anything, and they all know how to use it.
Well, that's the key, and you're dealing with good people, right?
See, that's the key 2 words: good people.
Good people, because you want, when you go into a store, right? You can tell if someone's not in a good mood. They're just tired of being there, or they don't really want to work with you. And then you go into this place. These people want to help you.
You know what I love
that
about
makes a
this
big
place,
difference.
and that's a great
sure.
point, because I felt like when you go to the bigger places, there's just no service. Like you literally on an island. And if you're a novice like me who likes to do little mini projects, you really need people who know what they're talking. What type of wood to get? There's a million different types of wood.
Right.
Oh,
How
for
thick
sure.
should it be?
sure.
How should I get it cut? Like, listen, I get it. Like, measure 3 times, cut once. I'm the opposite. I just keep cutting, and hoping
means-
that I get the right
Which
length.
means you need more lumber.
I spent like a month in this place.
which is helpful for the balance sheet as well for job security for the professionals.
They'll
So-
never go out of business because I'm
Exactly,
a client
Kristen.
for life.
This image here is very interesting. Like I say, this is located at Pembroke, Massachusetts. They've now put that covered drive-through area so you can go in. They have team members that are ready to help you load your materials, select what you need, and get you on the go without you being exposed to the weather raining on your head or whatever
Yeah,
may come
that's
through
great.
with the weather patterns. So we have that. Some things here actually on the side I want to make a note to. We've been fortunate not only in the sponsorship, we partner up with Koopman Lumber on a daily basis. We actually get majority of our framing materials, decking materials. They also offer Benjamin Moore paints. They offer tools. They offer many accessories you need for your home improvements. They're focused on the pros, the contractors, the remodelers, and the homeowners.
And the Joes, the
Everybody-
pros and the Joes.
Everybody's welcome, the pros and
Yeah.
the Joes, as Christian said. So moving along here, we then have the next. This is a very, very big event. This is actually a secondary announcement that we're doing here on Bethany Builders. We've been fortunate that the Koopman family over at their lumber yards have allowed us to do this. They're having a Oktoberfest grand opening and contractor expo. It's taking place October 9th from 3 to 6 p.m. at their newest store, the Pembroke location. We will definitely be in attendance. Come on over, say hi, take a picture. You're welcome to take a picture with me.
There you go.
Sophia,
All of us,
and
for that
everyone.
matter.
Or just
We're
take a
welcome
picture of just take a picture of Chris.
Oh my!
And just ask him to stand there.
I knew eventually. It took to episode 4 to get to that point, but I knew eventually. Christian would
it's
get
just
me.
coming out.
Yeah, he just,
This is
there was another segment that we're just going to be quiet for now. I put myself out there a little bit, and Christian saw it, and I just got blocked wide open in the backfield. But who's talking? So with that being said, let me see what we have here overall. Well, speaking of pictures, there we all are.
There we go.
So,
There we go.
there
That
we
was
go.
week 1.
Chris with a hard hat.
Yeah.
Week
That
one.
was week 1. That was our very
We're
first
getting it going.
episode.
With that, that's all that I have at the moment. Sophia, take it away.
Awesome. We want to thank Koopman Lumber again. Thank you so much for the sponsorship. And now let's get into today's game.
Well,
So,
here we go.
Tell us about it, Steve.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It's week 4, right? This is week 4?
Yeah.
Four.
Yeah, it's week 4 of the NFL, too. And there's a lot going on. As a matter of fact, there's a game being played right now in Ireland.
I saw that.
Right?
I'm not a huge fan of that, but I
No.
guess there's nothing we can do
You
about
had to
it.
go overseas and play over there. You know what
Yeah.
that's like. But, hey, this is a very important week for the Patriots because they're playing a home game against Carolina Panthers, right? A game, you don't want to call it a must-win, but kind of is a must-win. And I'll tell you why. Patriots have not won at home yet. Christian.
It's been a while. I think
Right?
they're like 3 and 13 over the last home games.
And here's the problem with that. In the month of October, this is September, correct?
Yeah.
In the month of October, they only have one home game.
yeah.
All the rest are on the road. So they got to get going. They got to get going here in front of their home fans. It's important that they get back to 500. If they win today, they'll be 2-2 against Carolina Panthers. But we have the Bethany Builders play the game. which
Well,
was
hold
last
on.
week, right?
I'm
getting ahead of myself, but
hold on. You're getting ahead of yourself.
But I like that.
Now it's my turn. See,
Okay,
this
go
is
ahead.
why you got to make sure you give Steve the script.
There
You
you
know,
go.
okay.
There you go.
Because first off, you mentioned the key point. Okay, to this game, like before we look back, is if you and we talked about this during the post game. If
Right,
you remember,
right.
We were saying, hey, listen. If you're the Patriots, right, and if you told them, hey, listen, at the end of September, you'd be 2-2. And then you would still be in the mix. And then the rest of your schedule, other than the Buffalo Bills for like the next 8 weeks, are a bunch of scrubs. Teams that are in the similar situation as you, but not nearly as talented.
They would take that.
I would say I look at the schedule, and I'm like, they got the Saints on there.
Right.
They got the Falcons on there.
But we also said at opening day they got the Raiders on there, and they got beat.
So yeah, so when you look at this, you look at it. So we spent the whole whatever offseason talking about teams and who's going to be good and what their strengths and weaknesses are going to be. Like now you have, you're going to have 4 weeks of intel. So I think you can really tell the Carolina Panthers are pretty bad. Like they're not very good, and if you can't beat the Carolina Panthers, that's a different look in the mirror.
Except for the fact that Sophia, that the Carolina Panthers is coming off a 30-0 win.
Okay.
Over the Atlanta Falcons. So, I mean, here's a team coming in with a little mojo. They're coming in with a little momentum.
Fake mojo.
It may be fake.
It's fake mojo.
Let's hope it is fake.
Yeah.
But the Patriots have to find a way to get going.
See, and that's why I think it's important. Like you look at they're going to come in with hey, they play pretty good, 30-0. I think that had more to do with Atlanta and Michael Penix throwing multiple interceptions, just to the fact that he got benched and they put Kirk Cousins back in the game. So I look at this game, I'm like, yeah, they're feeling good about themselves, but they have not sacked a quarterback. They've only sacked the quarterback, their defense, once in 3 games. They have 1 quarterback sack. They can't. So imagine if you're Drake May. My offensive line is pretty decent, and their defense front is not very good. If I have time to throw, man, I'm going to get everybody involved.
Right.
I think they're going to have a big game offensively. And that, especially big picture-wise, I feel like that's where we're at.
I got you. All right, Dad, what do you think of today's game?
Well, there's a few things. A few things that come to mind. I remember at the beginning of our podcast, which was at the beginning of our season, which was game 1, Christian had mentioned that identity, a team's identity, is somewhat understood, and they get a general idea of where they are as a team. I don't know that as a fan watching that I, at this point, again, I'm always positive. I'm pro-Patriots. Let's go out and get a big win. I truly don't understand exactly where we are as a team so far.
What their
going into
identity
game
is.
4. Yes, exactly.
I don't
And I
think they
ask
know.
you.
No, they may not know. That's right.
I know what they want. I think we all agree we know what they want it to be,
Sure.
but I don't know what it is, to your point.
Well, like you're saying, after coming off, again, we're here today. We're moving forward. We're excited about today's game. But coming off a big win in Miami, and then, we all know we got to hang on to that football. Those turnovers were just too costly last week to win in the NFL. And we're on to today. Let's a beautiful day here at Gillette Stadium, Patriot Place. We're here at Crazy Axes. Let's get a big Patriots win today. I want to see them come out early and score points.
He brings up an excellent point with the identity. It's like you got to know what you are, and they haven't figured that out yet. It's an excellent point. And how do they handle the fumbleitis disease that they have?
I mean,
because that's a problem.
Well,
and you hope they handled it this week and it got taken care of.
Well, how would they take care of it?
You got to practice that.
Okay.
Right? You got to practice that. I don't think they're giving up on Ramondre. You know what I'm saying? Drake May's got to hold on to the football. You can't turn the ball over 5 times. And that's exactly what they did. So you got to address it.
Yeah, I obviously agree with you. But what I was thinking about it was just, okay, I'm sure they're working on it. We've done many segments on it. But we actually taped, Steve did. It was very aggressively taped a football to Mike Reese's hand during which was funny, but it was like, yeah, I mean, we're exaggerating, but that's kind of the mentality you need to have.
Don't fumble the football.
Yeah, I think, but we'll see what the lineup looks like
today.
And yeah, as far as do they give more to Stevenson? Not Ramondre, do they give to Travion Henderson a little bit more carries? Does he even start? Right? And then is Ramondre Stevenson coming in and spelling him?
All right, gotcha. Speaking of games, do we want to cover the Bethany Builders play of the game?
We do.
Oh, that's why I jumped again. That's why I jumped again.
Sophia, way to bring it.
Yeah,
Okay?
so I would love to cover that. Because if you go back to last week, Sophia, Patriots ended up losing, but Hunter Henry had himself 2 touchdowns. And Christian, I think you'll agree that the Bethany Builders play of the game is?
It would be the second touchdown that he had, which actually tied the score. So, listen, despite how badly the Patriots were playing, like Hunter Henry has become a real weapon.
He has.
11 targets,
Right.
8 catches, 2 touchdowns. What the heck? I mean, I know he doesn't look like Gronk or run like Gronk, but same with who's the other tight end? Oh my
Austin
God.
Hooper.
Same with Austin Hooper. Those two guys are the most consistent, the most reliable, and the biggest difference makers. And I feel like Drake May feels the most comfortable for those guys, always knowing where they're going to be. Each of them is taking in, producing a lot. But Hunter Henry, that second touchdown, right? After everything that they tied it up.
They tied it up.
They tied it up. So you're like, okay,
That's
we're in
right.
this thing. But then they end up going down and scoring again. And then the fumbleitis creeps in. But man, Hunter Henry, a great pick by Hunter Henry. Because otherwise I was like, what else?
What is there? Right.
Absolutely couldn't agree with you more. On the ride here to Gillette, I was speaking with Sophia, and that was her feedback as well. Quietly, she said, boy, look at what Hunter Henry is doing out in the field, and it's really just getting it done. And my thought is if Stephon Diggs really can get going, will that open up more opportunities for both Hooper and Hunter Henry to even do bigger and better things and help this offense put points on the board?
Patriots do have weapons, and Stephon Diggs, Patriots receiver, that they brought in with high hopes, has really, and he needs to come on. I mean, he needs to really solidify himself in this offense and be the guy.
I think this is the week.
I hope so.
I think this is the week.
Because they're not getting enough out of him.
And I think you're going to have, I think Drake, if in order to get pressure, the Panthers have to blitz.
Right.
They have to blitz. Because I think if they don't blitz, I think Drake May, just like Caleb Williams or any of these other quarterbacks that played against Dallas or the Patriots defensive secondary, you have all time to throw. Drake May can pick you apart. The players are good enough, and finding the space. And if he has time, I think the Carolina Panthers are in trouble in this game, personally.
If I can add in there too, what is good. Actually, Steve had taught us something earlier in the podcast. At least he taught myself something, and that was, and actually Christian did as well. Was mentioning when you do not hear an offensive lineman's name, that's a very good thing. Will Campbell, we're really excited to see what you're doing. We're excited for the whole offensive line. You guys are doing a great job, and keep up the good work protecting Drake May.
And Drake's got to make good decisions. That's what it comes down to. Making good decisions, taking care of the football, which hopefully he will do this afternoon. But Christian's right, Sophia. If you give Drake May time, he can pick you apart. But he's got to be accurate, right? And he's got to stay within himself to make good decisions. These guys got to get open, catch the football.
He's still got a high completion percentage rate. He gets sacked a little bit too much but he still is top 10 when it comes to passing efficiency in the NFL. And every important metrics that you would measure a quarterback on based on his accuracy. His problem, like even last week, was like he was inaccurate at the worst possible time.
Right.
Like the worst possible time. And then you pair that with the fourth down play last week where nobody was on the right page.
And then you got issues.
So I can be doing everything right. Somebody else, similar to building, like if you lay a foundation and the foundation starts off off level, or you let me measure it, and and it's off by a quarter of an inch, then the framing's going to suffer, everything's going to suffer, and then everyone's going to become yelling at Chris. What did you do? That never happens, though.
Yeah. Well, like you say, never. But starting out going to Koopman's Lumber, knowing, Christian, that you said on your projects you went to our newest sponsor, and again, reaching out to the Koopman Lumber family and team over there. Thank you so very, very much for getting behind the Bethany Builders podcast. We are so excited, and we are very active customers with their locations. We order materials for them on a weekly basis.
Yeah, no, it's. I tell you, listen, I can only speak to it because I've gone there before I even met you. It's right up the street, and one time I think I went there probably about 4 times in a 4-hour time frame because I kept getting the wrong. I kept screwing up the cuts, and I didn't buy enough wood. Yeah, I'm telling you, you should never hire me to
at least
work
you're
a job
honest about it.
site
Yeah.
But
Yes,
like
yes.
I can do this, but I can't I'm not gonna cut the wood right.
You know, earlier on in the podcast, Christian, I put myself out there, and Christian was able to capitalize on that. So, Steve, the way that we do it here, right, it allows me to be able to take an opportunity here. And I said, well, maybe at some point in this podcast, we'll see if we can get some sort of small project, and Christian Fourier can demonstrate his carpentry skills, which I'm banking.
I don't have any.
I'm banking they're going to be a lot better than he says. But
I would say-
we'll
I
let
think
him
so,
show the
too.
viewers. at
I
some
think we
point.
should do this. Okay, birdhouse making contest.
Ooh.
Okay, they do this in like fourth graders do this.
So we're
And
here. We're here at Patriot Place, and right here at Crazy Axis, right across from where? Look at the sign up there.
Which one? Oh, Mass General Brigham.
No. You
Oh,
talking
Red
birdhouse?
Robin.
Red
Robin.
Robin. You talking birdhouse? Red Robin, right across from Red
Well,
Robin.
see, you know what? I didn't even put the two
I mean,
together.
that's what you
I
wanna
thought
do,
you
huh?
would think it's saying I would cut my fingers off and I'd have to go to the hospital to get them sewn back on. That's what I thought. That's where I thought you were going.
But that'd be a lot of fun.
Sophia, can you look into some birdhouse kits, and we can. I think everybody might enjoy seeing that take place. I got to tell you though, I'd be betting on the three of my podcast members because I just think they have a lot more skills than they
Well, we
represent.
better
I
have.
think so too.
We better have.
Yeah. Stay tuned for next episode where we build birdhouses. for Robin.
Don't put us on the spot. So I have a question. You know, what Patriots is talking about building their foundation and getting going here. What did Bethany Builders do this week?
Okay.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
let's go
I
there.
like that idea.
We're gonna do a project update again.
What's up, guys? We got some people outside. Saying hello. Hey!
How are you?
There you go, Patriot fans coming
we
in for the
go.
Carolina Panthers game. Thumbs up. Get a shot of them, Chris, can you? There we go.
Yeah.
We got some guys
how many
outside.
turnovers for Drake May today?
There we go.
How many
There we
turnovers?
go.
There we
Like
go.
0, 3. He's putting up 3.
There we go.
3 turnovers.
There we go. Getting
There
up
we go.
close. Go Drake
Yeah,
May.
yeah.
Yay.
0
There we go.
turnovers.
There you go, guys.
Hey.
0
We
turnovers.
have some fun. We have
Go
some fun here.
Patriots. So,
What's Bethany
project
Builders?
update. We've been working with the Tam family in Marshfield on their basement renovation.
Yep.
The family's been fantastic. They know what they want. They've given us the space to work and get this work done. I think we had said we were anticipating getting the interior finish trim done on the project and prepping and starting the paint work. That's exactly where we are. As of tomorrow, the prep of the paint work is continuing and the final touches on the interior finish trim are taking place. We're on schedule. We're on budget and we're on time. Our goal is, I think we had projected to try to have the project wrapped up by the end of this upcoming week. And I got to tell the team members here, we're probably within a day or two tops with inspections. So exciting. The space looks incredible. Next week, what we've decided, knowing that we didn't give you video updates on the project from the beginning, we'll put together a slideshow here so that you can see the stages that took place, and we'll also show the accurate timeline from start to finish with inspections. It's been a complete success. The family is fantastic. They continue to sponsor and support both the podcast, our posts on Facebook at Bethany Builders page, YouTube. If you're watching, Nicholas Tam and Elizabeth Tam and your family, thank you so very, very much for having the confidence to hire us, and we're going to finish up very strong with this.
That's fantastic. Because we're always growing. Always new projects coming along.
Always.
And Sophia's blessing, you're coming along with this project that you're developing an ADU for a homeless veteran. That's going to get off the ground pretty soon here, and that's exciting.
Yes, and the actual official name on this project that's going to be taking place is Sophia's ADU Blessing. So double thumbs up
look
on
at me.
that.
I love it. Good.
And the details on it are so exciting in the purpose and why we're doing it. And ultimately, Sophia, it's her project. She's spearheading it. So, she'll be the one to give the updates in the future on the project.
Can we get it? Can you explain to us again? So you may have some new viewers, people who didn't watch the first couple episodes. What is Sophia's ADU Blessing?
We are looking to build a 100% labor and materials donated ADU, or accessory dwelling unit, for a veteran. So this would be giving a home to a veteran in need. And it's such an important project, and we're really looking forward to get into it.
That's awesome.
Yes, a little update on that. We were trying to, and this is great for all of our viewers, and please spread the good word. We're going to be showing ultimately a video inside and out of an accessory dwelling unit or ADU unit that we did that in Rockland, Massachusetts for family friends that will give people an idea of exactly what the living space would look like. And then ultimately, we're just looking to try to finalize to secure a location and the veteran that will be able to receive the housing. And we are just beyond excited. But like I say, this is all Sophia's. We're her professional staff. I'm speaking so excitable because I'm excited what she's doing.
I love the
But
idea.
I can guarantee you Sophia's going to be behind the computer, behind the architectural plans, designing it, coordinating it. You know we're going to Koopman Lumber, correct? Koopman's
For
Lumber is
sure.
definitely going to be on board. Trex is going to be on board, our other sponsor. And as I'm looking across,
Well.
Christian and Steve, we're going to get them behind the tools for sure.
We're just so
Absolutely.
excited.
There's nothing like a power saw. There's something
Man, what's
about
wrong
it.
with you, man?
You know what else
What-
is
what-
kind of cool?
what's that?
Listen, a power saw, like there is. I do feel like this, like I've accomplished something, right? When I'm working with the saw, even though I
Tim the
literally,
Tool Man? What are we talking about here?
listen,
Hey,
I have
listen.
no ability. Believe me, I have zero ability.
gotta
But
the
you,
man a
you just
tool.
want to.
I just think it's
Pull
fun.
the trigger and feel the saw.
Yeah, like a nail gun is awesome. Like I started nail gun and stuff. Like they sold me. They
Unbelievable.
probably shouldn't have sold me a nail gun at Koopman Lumber. They gave it to me anyways. I didn't have to sign a waiver or anything. And nail guns are awesome. Just tuck, 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 tuck. He's like, I'm done. I'm just looking for stuff to nail down.
Christian, I have photograph archive photos of Steve Burton with nail gun in hand.
Really?
Nailing,
It's true.
framing.
We were framing.
when we were
Look at
doing
you.
a
Framing homes.
full shed dormer in the town of
Back in the
Belmont,
day.
Massachusetts. We were doing.
story.
I have those pictures. I will make them available.
That's gotta be a building montage.
Oh, that's for
That we
sure.
shoehorn into this show.
And it was cold that day
and-
too. I remember doing it.
And I was just thinking of something here on the podcast. Sophia will handle this, but if anybody might possibly like a picture of Steve Burton holding the nail gun, who knows? Maybe at one of these
Oh,
gatherings,
working.
Steve might even
Hopefully it's a
sign
video.
that picture. For
It was
you.
working. Yeah, right. No, we had some fun, but it's always fun. I tell you what's fun is when you're out there and all of a sudden you see this project coming
Yeah.
together. You know what I'm saying? You see
Yeah.
the progress of it. Little by little, you just lay the foundation, and all of a sudden, it starts to grow.
I see.
and
I
grow and
you know,
grow.
I'm
And
not-
that's it. That gets exciting.
Not to be hokey, because
Right.
I feel like I have a tendency to be like, I romanticize certain aspects, right? But I do think it's a great metaphor for teams, like building and what you do, Chris and Sophia, how you guys are, as a family, how you guys have built your company, how you build a project from beginning to end. Like there's so many different similarities to what the Patriots are trying to do and how they're trying to do
Right.
it. You talk about an identity. You guys, Bethany Builders has an identity. They have a reputation. When people hear Bethany Builders, they know exactly what they're going to get.
Right.
The Patriots, not so much. Right?
Not
but
yet.
But
Not
it
yet.
takes time. Like
Right.
you guys spent a long time.
And these guys
building-
didn't do it overnight.
yeah,
That's exactly right.
doing good and that's how you build your reputation and building. People trust you guys. They know what they're going to get for their money. They know you're not going to try and scam them. The Patriots, nobody knows what they're going to get yet, and we may not until next year, right? I mean,
That's fair.
is that too hokey, Sophia, or is that?
No, I think that's accurate.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But-
Okay.
but
If you
you
were
know,
a would you grade me on that? Would I get an A?
Yeah.
Okay.
I give you B plus, but here's why. Here's why I give you the B plus, because they could get hot. Look at the Red Sox. Okay, Red Sox. Everybody counted the Red Sox out at the beginning of the season. They're not sure. All of
It was a wild ride.
It was a wild ride.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they're in the playoffs.
Yeah. And now anything's possible.
And now anything's possible. You get a hot pitcher going.
Yep.
You get this team rolling and hold on to the football and everything else. They got some. They got to go to Buffalo next week. which
That's
ain't gonna be
okay.
a good
You
match.
chalk that.
But-
I would chalk that up as a loss, anyways.
But if you get this team, they win today. If they win today, then they're back to 500. But then they got to go on the road. But it's going to be interesting to see if they get rolling. You never know.
I'm
You've been
telling
on
you,
teams like
and
that.
a big part of it is their schedule. When you look at their schedule, they're playing the NFC South,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they're playing Tampa, Atlanta, Carolina, New Orleans,
All those teams
New-
are beatable.
even Tampa with
Right.
all their last second wins over the last
Right.
3 weeks. Like they're all beatable. And even your division, you're gonna play you haven't played the Jets yet. You get to play the Miami. You get to play the Jets twice. You get to play Miami again. So what? Buffalo beat you. Big deal. They're you 10 years ago.
Right.
Right. So you kind of expect that, but if they don't just Like, if they just listen to the most important thing that Vrabel keeps talking about is stop losing games before you can win them, like, they'll be okay.
Yeah.
Sophia, posing a question to yourself. Actually, we'll start with Steve, move to Sophia, and Christian, if I may. Coach Vrabel, what are your thoughts? How do you feel Coach is doing here? We're entering into week 4.
I think he's learning his football team. I think that it's taken time for him to learn it. I think he's trying to pump up the guys that have struggling, like a Ramondre, and certain guys that he knows he needs to ride a little harder. But he's going to hold them accountable, and that's one thing about Vrabel that I like. But they got to get going. He knows he's on the clock. He knows that it's going to take time to build. We get that, but he also knows that he expects to win now. He's not like this is a 5-year plan. He thinks that this team has enough talent to go out and win today, and just win the day, right, Christian?
Yeah, just win today. I think you said it perfectly, Steve. You know, it's like, which is like, I don't have anything else to say, but no, that is it. Like, and there's a lot of teams that they will look at
Patriot fans outside. There you go, guys.
They'll look at their schedule and say, hey, you know, this is a 3-year process now. Right? Nobody's willing to wait that long.
Right.
I think there's certain teams that are like that. The Saints are like that. The Carolina, like they're not saying that in Chicago. Oh, let's wait a couple years. No, like the only one, Aaron Glenn has said that about the Jets,
right?
Because he just knows he's not nearly as talented. So it's going to take some time for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I completely agree with what Steve said. Like, it takes time to get to know your players and know their strengths and weaknesses. So the more time he spends coaching his players, the better strategies he'll come up with to help the Patriots win.
Yeah, and knowing their personalities. So you asked the question. What's your answer?
Well, again, I think it's the consistency level so far. We got an exciting win. We have a loss that we all feel, hang on to the football, was definitely winnable.
Right.
The first game, it is what it is. I myself, like you say, we have today's game. We're very hopeful. We're supportive. We'd love to see a big Patriots win. We know then, looking a little further, we have Buffalo, which we know what's in front of us. But then after that, as Christian said, the schedule, there's opportunity for the Patriots to capitalize. If they really can get this going, I echo what Steve said. This team can start to string a few wins together and get some really good momentum. And I think New England Patriots football is going to be fun and exciting as we advance.
Yeah, 1-2 is not really a big deal. Because you can be 2-2. Hey, you're in it just as much as anybody else.
Right.
1-3, on the other hand,
it's uphill battle.
Oh man, you're like, man, we gotta
1-3 going into Buffalo.
Yeah, it's just the pressure mounts and just like
That's why this to me is a must win.
They absolutely should win this game.
Right.
If they do not win this game, I said it at the beginning, we have bigger problems.
But here's the other thing that the Patriots have to do. They have to take care of the little things, like the detail things. We do this show, Bert and Ernie Talk Football before you.
Sure.
And Ernie brought up the point with the last play, Pop Douglas's, where he didn't get the first down.
4th and 1 play.
4th and 1 play. Well, according to Ernie, Douglas didn't go on the snap count. So Douglas was late. Douglas didn't move really until Drake May had the football. So that threw off the timing of everything. So if you're building a project, right, and you're just off on a little bit of detail,
Sure.
right, you can throw the whole project off. Well, that threw the whole play off.
We refer to that, Steve, as a domino effect.
Right.
From the
Think
moment,
about that.
if you're a great point made by yourself, and I know watching all of the broadcasting, Steve, and the points, you've been very consistent on, you were not thrilled with the execution on Pop Douglas on that play. You felt that you absolutely need to know where that first down marker is, or that ball really can't go there at that point.
Christian be the first to tell you. You know where the first down marker is.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of. I mean, I hate to say it's common sense, but even if a play is usually run, say it's 4th and 1, and the play calls for you to go 1 yard. Well, I mean, in this situation, you need to go 2.
At least 2.
Because the ball brings you back, the coverage brings you back, you panic, you rush, you get off the ball late, the clock is running in your head, they blitz like they did, and everything gets
sped up.
So now you have three different layers of speed that just happened in half a second. Right? So you have to be exact. You have to be perfect. And again, like I would expect that from anybody I hire. I would hope that their standards, especially when they're building something for me,
right,
that they are psychotic about, you know, the details and the little things.
For sure. And that all starts with Sophia when she puts pencil to paper in the planning stage, figuring out materials, everything that needs to take place here at Bethany Builders. But I start early, Christian. I actually wake up most mornings at 4 a.m. So how I do it at Bethany Builders is I get the jump on what we're about to do for the day. So by the time the workday starts in the field at 7 a.m., I feel like I already have 2 to 3 hours of preparation to get the jump on the day's activities to make sure that the efficiency. You need to stay on time and on budget. People make plans, they have budgeting. We got to do our very best to stay there. And at Bethany Builders, that's no exception. It has to happen.
Absolutely. Can you tell us a bit more about kind of, you talked about the TAM project, but what else is going on at Bethany Builders?
Well, it's ironic that you said that. What is going on is, again, I purposely, with the TAM project, while we're working that, we have several scheduled projects. We have house frames, we have addition frames, we have remodels that are set to take place.
Yeah, deck frames.
We have decks,
Well,
Trex decking, Koopman Lumber Trex decking. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 decks in the portal that need to be done that are scheduled to take place over the next 60 days. But here is Sophia, our daughter Sophia, is actually in the college process. So we've been assisting Sophia, spending a little time, any free time that I have away from Bethany Builders, helping Sophia wrap that up, which will take place over the next week or so. And
are we going to stay local here? What are we doing, Sophia?
We're staying local.
Okay. I'm sure, are we going to come see you in Cambridge at some point in time?
We'll see.
Yeah, let's go. Harbor, are you listening? What's wrong with you?
God's blessing, hard work and dedication. Sophia seems to have she has the grades, the desire, the will, and she's actually has taken 2 courses that are college courses at Harvard University, and following the footsteps of her mom. So God's will, we'll see if that blessing.
You took a tour over there the other day, didn't you?
I did.
Didn't you? How was it?
It was pretty good.
She was over at Harvard. They took her to a tour over there.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool.
I've only been there maybe once.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I was trying to find the you like those apples bar from the movie.
Sure.
From Goodwill Hunting.
Goodwill Hunting.
Right.
Sure.
You know
I've
when
never
he puts
seen it. Yeah.
you got Sophia. Listen, okay. Homework for you. Okay, and
Okay.
I did this with my daughters when they told me they never watched the movie Rocky. I heart broke inside.
I've seen Rocky.
Oh, well, thank
Thank you.
Okay, so that
There's that.
Okay, so that's actually now I'm okay with it. Goodwill Hunting, classic,
Must see.
It's very quotable too, right?
Yeah,
Because then we'll throw a lot of quotes out there. Plus, he went to Harvard, and since you're going to be going there, see the way I'm saying this, I'm saying it out loud so it happens.
Speaking
Maybe
into
there's someone
existence.
who's in charge of admissions at Harvard right now. And they're watching me going, you know what? I just came across her file. Let me go back and look at it.
Well, Christian, never to speak past what you just talked about, but you mentioned Rocky, which I have such fond memories with my father going to the movie theater, the Cameo movie theater in South Weymouth. There was no seats. There was one. My father let me sit in the seat, and he stood to watch the whole movie.
One
at Rocky's,
seat?
One seat in the theater?
The theater was packed. The movie was released, and all the seats were full. We had arrived a little late. One seat, my father sat me there. So it's a very fond memory, but there's a few other references, and I was just talking to Steve about this the other day. Our podcast a little bit. So Sylvester Stallone or Rocky, if you're listening, I kind of reference myself a little bit like, if you remember Paulie.
Yeah.
Well, Paulie in the meat locker when he
Yeah.
says to Rocky, hey, Rocky, can I use a little recognition? And if I can, I think he said, make a few bucks to
Yeah.
do that. And Rocky said, good luck to you. Go ahead and do it. So, I've been working really hard with the podcast and our whole team. We think a little bit when Sophia and we entered this, we're somewhat like Rocky, a little bit of underdogs in trying to do this here, but working really hard. And our Bethany Builders philosophy of work hard, be humble, be kind, surround yourself with incredible people around you, which we've done. And we've been blessed to be able to be part of this Bethany Builders podcast. If I started to thank people, I probably would run the rest of the time. But David at Crazy Axes down here at Patriot Place has been instrumental. Steve, Burton, Christian Fourier, absolutely incredible. I want to mention Matt. I want to mention Chris.
Chris
all you
Gobiel.
watchers.
Chris,
that are supporting
a.k.a.
us.
Pizza Burglar.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, if you want to get behind underdogs that are going to work hard and take this a very long way here at the Bethany Builders podcast, we're here with the pros, Sophia and I. We're just so excited and grateful to be here.
These projects coming up, it's going to keep you guys busy, right? How can people get in touch with you, Chris? You want to let them know?
For sure. Well, we're Bethany Builders LLC. You can find our page on Facebook. You can view these videos live, both on Facebook Live as well as YouTube Live now. We're new to YouTube as of this week as far as being live, and then they're rerun there. As far as our company, www.bethanybuilders.com, 781-898-8018. Chris Bethany, Sophia Bethany, and our family, feel free to give us a call at any time.
And you do additions, decks, ADUs, you name it. They come in, and I've seen houses, Christian, it's unbelievable what these guys can do, because they can just change the value of a home just like that in a moment, in just a short amount of time.
Yeah.
It's so much fun watching homes change when Bethany Builders comes in and say, hey, this is what we can do.
Yeah, I've seen some of the pictures, and it really feels like some of the work that you guys have done should be like on the cover of a magazine. And I'm not saying that because I'm sitting here, but it is pretty impressive the way it looks when it's all done. And that's just the small amount of things that I've seen, right? Forget about the basements, the outdoor living spaces, the ADUs, just the small remodels, the decks with all the great, from Trex to Koopman Lumber. I mean,
Not to mention he makes great spots for hot tubs too.
hot tubs,
Oh, you betcha.
walk-in hot tubs.
You know, and a little bit too.
Recessed hot tub.
Recessed hot tubs. That's
Yes,
right. See, there you go.
recessed-
I call it a walk-in. Recessed.
Recessed hot tubs.
Yeah.
Just for reference, we've built many custom homes from start to finish. So we'll do everything from a smaller job to building custom homes, condominiums. We actually have been involved in all those projects: the design, the development, the build-outs, the sales. Even my wife Alina is also a licensed real estate broker at Alina Real Estate, and has her law practice as well.
Wow.
So
we all
we-
work as a team.
Yeah. So week 4,
Yeah.
he took credit in his prediction over the Miami Dolphins. But who'd you pick last week? Yeah. Oh, now all of a sudden,
up a little-
all of
come
a
up a
su-
little
all of
Who
a
was
short.
the only?
Tell us.
all of a sudden it's crickets.
Yeah. Well, who is the only person here who is undefeated so far?
You are.
Oh my God, I am. I
You
forgot
are.
about
Give it
that.
up.
You
I
are.
am. I'm 3-0.
You
About
are
to be
3-0.
4-0.
So let me ask you this: with the Carolina Panthers coming into town,
Yeah.
who are you picking?
Oh, I'm picking the Patriots. To me, this is an easy one. This is a fake mojo Carolina Panthers team coming in off a win against the Atlanta Falcons, which had less to do with the team they were playing and their stupid mistakes than what the Panthers were doing. I think the Patriots played better than the Steelers. Should have won that game. It's just one that you can't forget. They're going to get their first home game in a while. Steve,
Yep.
Sophia, Chris, and I think everyone will be a little bit happier. Then they get out of Dodge,
Right.
right, for a couple weeks, right, and
Right.
they play some games on the road. Who you guys got?
I'm going Patriots 27-17 for a big win.
Okay, it is a big win, up by 10. What do you got, Sophia?
I'm gonna say Patriots. I'm gonna go with your guess.
Yeah, I know. Don't ever give a score. We don't need to give scores. Like Steve always wants me to give a score.
I do want to score.
He always wants to give me, and I don't
Steve,
know.
is that protecting the record and the win over there with
That is
Christian?
protecting the record.
I mean,
but,
I put
hey,
myself out there 27-17. Christian just says
understand
if
that.
they win by 1, my record stays intact,
But let me
undefeated.
tell you something. The guy's been dead accurate.
I think one time Steve asked me what the score was going to be. I think I said 1,000,000 to 1.
That's what you said.
Which is
Who cares, right? As long as they win.
yeah. I feel like because you know what I think it is. 'Cause I think like a player, right? I don't care 1 point, 2 points, win early, win late, win by default, penalty, whatever. It just doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter how you actually do it, as opposed to
Carry our sponsors out.
yeah. Let's end.
Okay, so up here on our screen, again, we're here, Bethany Builders. We're here for you folks. If we can earn your business, our primary business that we do is we're a professional building and remodeling company located in Duxbury, Massachusetts. You call us, our family, we'd love to be part of your project. We're then going on our major announcement today. Let's give a round of applause
Koopman.
Let's
for
go.
Koopman's Lumber.
Yes.
Thank you so very much, Koopman's Lumber, for entrusting us, getting
They're big.
on board with us, and sponsoring the Bethany Builders podcast, as well as Bethany Builders. We will be in your lumber yards, of course, weekly purchasing materials. Trex.
Trex.
Forget
Yeah,
Trex.
it's a
Come on,
Trex.
guys.
Let's look over
Give a
Trex.
shout out for Trex.
Trex.
Be advised, too, Koopman Lumber supplies Trex, who's the #1 decking company in the world. You can find that Trex product at all the Koopman Lumber locations. That's where we purchase the Trex decking material. So we support our suppliers and support our sponsors. And to wrap it up, if you would, David at Crazy Axes.
Crazy
Axes.
At Patriots
That's right,
Place.
yeah. Come for the pizza.
There we go.
Instrumental,
Yes.
incredible. We're actually going to see a professional axe throwing demonstration by David when this podcast finishes up today. Can't even begin to thank our friend David. We go way back in this business as well as we're both building professionals. So with that being said, Sophia, I put it back to you. Do you want to say goodbye to our folks that are watching?
Thank you so much for watching our podcast. I want to thank again Chris Bethany, Steve Burton, and Christian Fourier, and Crazy Axes, Trex Decking, and Koopman Lumber. Thank you so much. Go
Yeah.
Pat.
All right.
Thank you, guys.